First episode, wheels and wrenches. Not sure what we're doing. There's David.
Howdy.
The shop. First video is going to be this van right here. I'm George. We don't have any idea what we're doing. This was my grandpa's van. 67 Ford Falcon. I've had it about 30 years, and it's set the past 10 years and hasn't ran. It come from Ohio. I'd done some primitive body work on it back in the day when I was way young and didn't know much, which will be getting redone. Short wheelbase. Pretty neat old van. Inside's in pretty decent shape. A lot of junk I use for storage. Oh, it has this. This is pretty cool. Look at that. Step pops in and out. That's pretty neat. You can tell it's got a lot of barn dust on it. We're gonna be scraping all that up and putting it in little bags. So if you want some barn dust, you know, just let us know. We'll be selling that. Brings good money these days. That way it looks like a real barn find if you just have something to sprinkle it. Not bad. Motor box in the center. Ashtray. We'll move the ashtray. Seats I had redone about 25 years ago. This is a 302 now. My grandpa put that in there. Out of a Ford Granada with an FMX transmission. And we're going to attempt to try to get this thing running today. Or start it, or maybe not. We don't know. David will be helping us. He's the brains to do the operation.
Oh my, we're in deep trouble now.
But actually, all in all, for as old as it is in relatively good shape. Door panels are good. Dash is still pretty nice. My grandpa had this for years. They'd drive it back and forth. We're in Texas, from Ohio to Texas. This van even tried to catch them on fire one time, burn them up pretty good. Got a spot right here. That's where the axe hit when they was putting the fire out. We had other wheels and tires we're going to put on it. We'll be doing some brake work, getting it running, doing some body work, changing some wheels and tires, getting it to where we can drive it. Yep, let's get in there and just see what we got going on.
Okay, I guess my question for George is what's the whole goal here? Are you turning it into a Scooby-Doo mystery van? Or are you going to turn it into a 60s hippie shaggin' wagon? Are you going to turn it into an 80s model A-Team bad attitude wagon? Or what's your whole goal here? I know it's a tribute to your grandpa, but just like most of us out there, we have things that we want to fix up because we have sentimental value to it. But everybody needs to have a goal whenever they get started. And just what's your goal for this when it's done?
See the color? It's going to be painted back the same color.
Okay.
I got some wheels for it back here in the back.
Okay.
Come on, I'll show you.
Well, sure. Wait for the one-legged cripple guy. Hold on. Whee!
Here are the wheels. Set of these. I'm gonna clean them up. Kind of restore them, make them look really nice. Get some nice tires to put on there. It's like a storage room in here. I have everything. Well, not everything, but I have a lot of stuff. I just keep packing things in. Got some parts of the van, some windows for the van. I got both the bumpers, front and rear bumpers in here. Some of the side panels, some of the ones that were left over that didn't get burned.
There's one thing people need to consider whenever they're starting a project like this is you want to go ahead and make sure, gather up some of the materials that you're going to need beforehand. Otherwise, your project will tend to stall while you're waiting on parts or trying to find just the right part. Just something to keep in mind.
In our case, if we can't find the right parts, we'll just try to build the right part or use it from something else because, well, it's our stuff. And some of y'all might think we do it the wrong way. And like, there's a certain way you have to do things. Well, we're not poor because poor's a state of mind, but we dang sure ain't rich, so we do it thriftfully, spending a little bit of money. And there's no wrong way, no right way. It's your stuff. You do it any way you want to do it. Just have fun while you're doing it. That's the whole thing. Well, as long as you don't get hurt or burned or run over or let a car fall on you. That's probably doing something wrong. I don't know. Maybe. If we happen to do that, though, it'll be much more excitement for y'all to watch, though. So there is an upside to everything.
There you go.
Oh, beach.
Okay, we're back.
Somewhere.
Look at that baby. That thing is packed in there. Go ahead and move this out. Two barrel. That thing. Air conditioning under the dash there. Too cool. This thing is cool. Let me go ahead and check this Earl. See that? It is full, which is good. Takes two hands for me to get this back in there. Haven't been doing it long enough to be able to do everything one-handed. Of course, David does everything one-legged
There you go.
because he only has one leg.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes I get stumped about stuff. What can I say?
Stuff about stuff. And he's 90% blind, and I am half blind. I only see out of one eye. So we're quite the pair. We got all. I know the motor's not froze up because within the past probably 2 or 3 months I have turned it over, so I know it's not locked up. And this is actually a really good motor in this. It's just been sitting a while. We're gonna put a battery in it. I gotta put some battery cable ends on it. Check for spark, make sure we got spark. Make sure we got power to everything. So let me get the battery cables, see if I can find the battery cable ends, change them out.
Okay.
Got a battery box back here. On the side of that first toolbox, there's a light hanging there. Would you? It's a magnetic light. Would you hand that to me? I'm going to change out these battery cable ends or clean them up anyways. They're kind of small, the battery cables are. But I guess back in the day it didn't take near as much power to turn something over, and that's why these cables are smaller. I don't really know. Oh, light.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's see if I can get this set where I can see halfway decent. Oh, look at that. Now I have light. Battery is behind the driver's seat and right here at this bed seat where you can just sit and do this. Convenient. I have to remember how to take this box off here. Move the bed out of the way. This is the battery tray that actually bolts in there, which I will bolt it back in there. See if I can sit you up somewhere while I'm doing this. I don't know where to put that. Hold on a second. Getting these cables loose. Maybe get some ends cleaned up. Actually, let's see, that's the power, this is the ground. Look at that, they're both red. The anti-theft device. Pull the battery out, nobody will know which one to hook up. That's the way we like to do things, keep people guessing. Pretty excited to get this old van running. It's hadn't really been started in 10 years. Like I said, I've turned it over, but that's it. It hadn't been started in a long time. Clean that up pretty good. Get these cables on here. Bought a new battery, but it's been sitting in here a little bit. I hope it's still charged. One down, one to go. This in here is super short. Some super corroded. Oh yeah, that's bad. Let me get these cables on and then I'll be right back. Okay. Got a couple of cable runs on. Got a battery over here. Make sure we get this in the right area. Good. New battery. I'm just going to do this for fun though, just to make sure. Okay. Get that. Man, those people have been doing this for a minute. Video one-handed and work one-handed. I'm not quite that versed. Okay. Yeah. Do have a battery there. Yeah, move our light. Now we're going to the front. Oh, there's David. Look at him. He's working.
Supervising.
He's working.
I'm working hard.
Gotta find a spot where I got some uninsulated metal to put this on. Oh, look, there it is right there. Okay, let me find my test light. Say hi.
Hi. As we await the test light, will it turn over? Will it fire? That's the question of the minute. But I'm guessing since we don't have the gas hooked up, it probably will not fire off yet. But as we look for the test light, now we can't find a test light. Welcome to our world. Welcome to most mechanics world. Oh, well, maybe.
Found a test light.
Oh man, we have a winner. We have a wiener. Now the question is, does it work?
Don't know. We're about to find out.
Okay. And now we've divulged that the test light does work. We're living right. George has a guardian angel on his shoulder. Will it continue? Will it fire? Will it turn over? These are all the questions that America wants to know. Stand by, and we will find out an answer.
Gotta find the keys again.
Oh no, he's misplaced the key again. He put it up where he could find it, like most of us.
We have dash lights.
That's dash lights. Whoa.
Yep. And dash lights. Let's see if we got. And we have power to the coil. gauges.
Okay. Now, before you turn it over, are you going to disconnect the fuel line so you don't suck any trash up out of the tank? Is the question.
There's nothing in that tank. It has a big hole in it.
Okay, never mind. The tank is dry. Never mind. The tank is dry. Now we know. As they would say, as Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story.
Yes, but I do have a tank to put in it.
Okay, we do have a fuel tank. All right. Okay, no banging, no clanging, which is always a good sign. Or you turn one over after it's been sitting for quite a while.
And then we really gallop. Well, shall we throw a little fuelosis in there and
Let's throw a little fuel to her and see what
see
happens.
if she'll crank up?
Okay. Stand by. America's waiting. Now George is creating his own little spray bottle here. Always comes in handy to keep your little bottles and with an end on it. That way you can use it to put a little fuel down in the bowl and see if you can get it to fire off.
A little oil in the bottle should never hurt.
Yes, a little bit of oil. Matter of fact, if you're trying to start one that's been there for a while, what works really well is chainsaw gas. It's already mixed. It has oil in it to help lubricate things up. If you try to start one that's been setting for quite a while.
I'm gonna say it's full.
Okay, did you spill some?
I got it all over me.
Okay, so this is typically what happens. We get it everywhere.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'm wearing it.
All right.
Hope there's no backfire. If there is, y'all are gonna get a show.
There's going to be up in smoke. He will look like Richard Pryor. Okay, here we go. We're setting for 10 years. We're going to see if we can get her some, put a little fire starter in her and see what happens. Put a little down in there, filling up a bowl a little bit.
Not pouring through. I've had really good luck with these Motorcraft 2 barrels. She's probably full.
Okay.
Oh, she's pouring through now. Uh-oh. Need a tapping apparatus.
Okay.
Need an adjustment, carburetor adjustment tool.
Okie dokie. Now where'd you get a float stuck?
Oh yeah, she is running through. That ought to be plenty.
Okay. Let's see if George can go up in smoke.
Probably gonna be super flooded. Move this out over here.
Oh, trying. Oh, there. Whoa.
Close.
Yeah, she's close. Probably a little flooded right now.
Super flooded.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yep.
10 years sitting.
10 years sitting. May need a carburetor overhaul, but hey.
Oil pressure's coming up.
Okay. Watch your oil pressure and everything. Like I said, it's coming up. Make sure that the oil pump, everything's working good on it.
Little stiff. Oh, we might ought to take a gander in here.
Yeah.
Survey says wet,
Okay.
but it needs some.
I need a little coolator in it. Like I say, we may need to see if we can get everything lubed back up. If not, we may need a little bit of a carburetor overhaul. But after sitting for 10 years, that's not a big deal.
No. All right, here we go again. Definitely flooded.
Yeah, I bet. Yep, things definitely gonna have to have a carburetor overhaul.
It may come around. Said 10 years, but it's pretty good still.
Yeah, it does for 10 years, yeah.
Oil pressure's still climbing. Anything shoot out the exhaust?
Do what?
I say anything shoot out the exhaust?
I don't know yet. Hold on. I think we can call that a success. Now, next thing we're gonna have to do is go ahead and see if we can get some fuel tank in it and clear out the gas line, make sure fuel pump's working, and see what we need to do about the carburetor. See if she's gonna clear up or we're gonna have to have an overhaul.
Doesn't look like it's running anymore. Okay, here we are. Still day, whatever it happens to be.
Howdy.
We're making a temporary fuel system. Got some stuff. Gas. First thing you need when you're making a fuel system. Got to have fuel. Got hose. Clickety clack.
And an inline fuel filter.
And we have some clamps somewhere that, well, They were holding somebody's wheelchair together. No, not really. Right here. I guess we'll become started now. If I can find my holder. I'm looking for the. I guess you can hold her.
Yep.
You can hold her towards me.
I can hold her towards you?
Yeah, because I don't know where the other holder is.
Oh, okay.
Got some tubing, which we're not putting in the hose. We're going to put it on the outside of the hose, zip tied to it. Keep the hose from sucking off the bottom of the gas can and plugging up or stopping or anything that may get in the way there. And some zip ties that are child-proof. You can't hardly open them. Well, a child could open them. They're adult-proof. Adults can't open them.
There you go. It's one of those things you always want to consider doing a temporary fuel system, especially if you're starting one that's been sitting for quite a while. Now this one has a hole in the fuel tank, so you couldn't exactly use fuel tank, but if you got one that's been sitting in a while, you might have contaminants in the tank, old gas that's turned into varnish, and you just don't know what's in the line. So it's always a good idea to set up a temporary fuel system and make sure everything runs good before you spend all your time and your money going through clearing out your lines and putting in a new fuel tank and everything.
We'll just zip tie this to here. Can't see nothing. A little easier now. Yep, 60 is the new 30 these days, though. Zip tie pull it somewhere. I don't know where it's at though right now. So this will work right here. And we have our hose to dip into the gas. Now, they do this over here. Tabletop would be easier for me. Grab my hose here. And the filtre. Right here. Filter, that's it. Back in the day, you got pieces of hose and clamps with the filter. Now all you get is a filter at 3 times the cost. I love not being able to see it. PVC cutter, which works really good for. Maybe I should have done that. Oh yeah. Well, nevertheless, I need a piece close here. My mind was thinking backwards. I should have used that on the other side going into the pump. I got too much going on. Man, I swear you could run that without a clamp on there.
Well, I'm sure. Put it on the wrong side.
Yeah.
That's one thing that always important if you pay attention to your inline filters. They have an arrow on there to show you which way that you want your flow going. But hey, if we can do it once, we can do it twice.
Or 3 times.
That's the way we do stuff.
We like to do it extra.
There you go.
Makes it interesting.
Very true.
And it makes the video a little longer.
That's true.
We have our fuel pump. In, out. I would assume out goes to the carburetor. I would say in probably comes in. Vacuumed. Nice. Let's see, we got another clamp in here. And no, we're not professionals. Not a professional in anything. They, what they say, jack of all and a master of none.
That's it.
That's it, literally. We're gonna need to get us a piece of hose to go to the carburetor, so we're gonna figure out how long it's gonna need to be.
Okay. We're gonna let him measure that real quick. And of course, here he is looking for stuff that he put up where he can find it. And of course, they can't find it right now.
I just used it.
Did you take them to the van with you?
Don't think so. Oh, I guess I did.
Nope, we found them. Dun dun dun. The miraculously disappearing, reappearing tubing cutters.
Okay, let's see if we another clamp that'll work.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Huh?
So we keep going up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. Like to exercise while I'm doing this.
There you go.
A little small. That might be messed up. I think it'll work. and screwdriver.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Still making a fuel system.
still working on the fuel system. Now this one here is our temporary fuel system. We have a boat gas tank on order. Where it comes in will be our more permanent temporary fuel system that we'll have to use.
Permanently temporary. My
Permanently
favorite.
temporary, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put these back in here.
So when he starts looking for those again, we'll know where they're at.
We don't think we know where they're at anyways.
Have you ever noticed it with his glasses on? He kind of looks like a mad scientist. Kind of reminds me of the Brain, off of Pinky and the Brain a little bit. Always looking for world domination.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to do it.
Which would make me Pinky. Snarf! So, I'm okay with that. It's one of my wife's favorite cartoons. Pinky and the Brain.
Okay. That's gonna want to sit right there. Get this out of here. Found one. Into the lost my yeah. I'll get these items out of my way.
And we're back.
We're going to see if we get filled. We're filling up. Filter's filling up anyway. Oh, we got squirter action.
Okay.
Center leakage. And move these out of the way. on its own. See if it goes into gear. Low on fluid. Might be low on trans fluid. We'll let it warm up and check the transmission fluid. So we're really low on transmission fluid. It did go forward. I'm going to add some. Again. This is empty. May have to get some more transmission fluid for it. See if that helped any. Definitely probably going to need more. Yep. We'll go ahead and add some anti-froze. What a video I like. What video?
Okay. Let it run, topping off fluids. Listen to that old engine purr though. After sitting for 10 years, runs pretty smooth. Who'd have thunk it? Took about a quarter of a gallon on antifreeze, so that's good.
Let it idle, let it open up, and suck that down.
There you go.
Give it a good burping.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to let this heat up and
That sounds really good.
settle for a little bit, and we'll be back to talk to you here in just a little bit. Stay tuned. Same bat channel, same time. Alright, here we are. We're getting ready to do its first moving on its own power. And the thing we need to discuss here real quick, just for people's information, is what's the best way to check the transmission fluid level in this van?
Hot. Running. In park.
Okay. The reason I ask is some of them they're running in park. Some of them also, you check it while it's in neutral.
Neutral.
So that's why I ask on this one, just for our viewing audience so that they know.
Most older Dodgers are in neutral, I do believe.
All right. So.
Shall I back it out?
All right. So here
See if it
what
works.
we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test and make sure it moves under its own power. And here we go. Could be interesting. Probably not. Probably be pretty boring. Probably just ship right into reverse and back out. The next thing we're going to do is have to clean some windows so that we can actually see. We'll go run around the block just to do a quick little test drive. But we'll check and see what happens. So you hear the idle going down, and there it goes. Starts moving under its own power. Okay, he's checking the brakes on it, make sure they work. Even though we do know that we have one kink brake line that we need to replace and fix it, but he's going to back it out here, and we're going to blow some barn dust off of it so that we can actually see whenever we take it around the block. So there's one successful part of it, is making sure that it moves under its own power, which it does. So another milestone in this resurrection. First time it's moved under its own power on the transmission and everything in 10 years. So we're making progress. Hopefully if you're working on a project of your own, you'll make as much progress as we do. All right, we'll talk to you again here in a little bit. Probably want to get ready to do the test drive. What you're about to witness is a redneck window cleaning system to remove barn dust. Why? Because we don't have any window cleaner here handy. So what George is going to do is just blow the dirt off with his air compressor. We'll see how it works. There's George doing the window cleaner extraordinaire. Okay, the maiden voyage. It was actually the first time I've ever ridden in this van.
Definitely got a little bit of a mess. Probably sitting. Yeehaw.
Well, how's it feel
Cool.
to be driving it after sitting for 10 years?
Feels pretty good.
Good.
Brakes leave a lot less speed than iron.
I can't really see him blind. I'm blind, so we'll leave it up to the audience whether he's got a shit-eating grin on his face or not. A little bit of a miss there. That or George needs to go to the bathroom. I'm not sure, but I think that was the carburetor this time.
Yeah, it's a little stove done.
He was backfiring yesterday, and the car wasn't even running at that point. But all in all, after sitting for 10 years, pretty good, pretty proud. We've gotten to this point so far, and it's only going to get better from here.
Don't know what that was.
Does it sound like the rims in the back? That's what it sounded like, the rims moving around in the back.
What it sound like?
That's what it sounded like, the rims rattling just a little bit in the back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta have that back there.
successful test drive. Still got some work to do, but you know what? After sitting for 10 years, I don't think you'd ask for better.
All the lights are working other than one tail light that's disconnected. Let's see if we got blower. Got blower. And it's warm. I got heater. Oh. I don't hear anything on the radio though. I don't have an antenna, so I don't think it's going to play much.
Probably not. Got a little bit of a mess to her, but again, after sitting for 10 years, that's kind of
To be expected.
to be expected, and you never know, might need a plug wire or two, or might even need a spark plug or two after sitting for so long. We'll do some investigating and figure out this is exactly what we need to get her purring like a kitten.
There'll be more videos to come on this. Just stay tuned. They'll get better, promise. We're gonna order some better cameras, some microphones, but we're just kind of starting off with what we had.
And that's it for now, folks. Beep, deep, deep, deep. That's all right now.